Hello everybody, welcome back to our channel, Two Fat Skinny Girls. Today I'm going to talk about how I ended up in the emergency room. So hope you guys like this new room. I'm tired of recording in my bedroom, so if you want me to keep recording here in my living room, just let me know. So let's move to the video. Okay, so I know it's been a while since I haven't posted any videos, and to be honest with you, it's like a lot of things have been going on. Nothing bad, besides the time that I ended up in the emergency room, and some other things that in life, some of my family members can know that I'm in the process of moving out of this place, so just trying to look for our new place. It's pretty stressful and very time consuming, and also kind of like lost a little bit of motivation. My sister is gone. I mean, she's not dead, but she moved to Michigan. So as you all know, we were doing this channel together, which I hope she does come back to the channel and find motivation to start making videos again. So I'm pretty sure you guys will see her again. So in a way, that was kind of also, we didn't know if what was going to happen to her channel, because she was planning to, or at first she wasn't thinking about it, but she ended up moving to Michigan. So I love you, sis. If you watch this video, I miss you, and I hope you come back and make some more videos with me. So I think I'm getting off topic. Moving on to what I'm actually wanting to talk about is my emergency room experience. And my emergency room experience happened about a week later after my last video, about somewhere around mid-June or something like that. I don't know. Towards the end of June, I think. So I remember I had gone to the gym. This was when I think it was like my first or second week trying to, after getting adjusted to my eating habits and stuff like that. I told you guys that I did wanted to implement working out because I hadn't been working out at all. It was just trying to get my eating habits down and trying to get used to that before I started going out crazy and working out and stuff like that. So I had started working out, and I was just going like maybe every other day, and it was like 2 weeks straight that I had just gone like a Tuesday, Wednesday, and then a Friday, and stuff like that. So it was a Friday that I had gone to work out, and it was a very extreme workout. And I remember that the reason I had done it like so extreme is because I was gonna go get a DEXA scan, and I wanted the doctor to see that I had lost more weight. But it didn't go as I planned. After I went to work out like around 6 o'clock. It was just an hour workout. It was very intense. I did have a trainer. He was pushing me to the limit. And I remember I just had a little bit of water, came home, did my normal routine in the morning. While I was at work, I started feeling very, very dizzy, to the point to where I could literally faint. I could feel like I could just fall down into the floor and faint. That really scared me a lot. It scared me to the point to where I was in like panic mode. And because I was trying to hold it in so much and pretend that nothing was wrong, that made it even worse. So I remember they brought a masseuse to work, and it was my turn to get a massage and everything. Huge pimple. So I was going to the masseuse, and I remember when I put my head and in that position because there's a chair and you put your head and it just put pressures here, and they're like pushing on your back and stuff like that. When I put my head like that, I just felt like I was going to, my lips were feeling numb. I felt like I was going to pass out and faint and black out and just like fall on the floor. So I couldn't hide it anymore. I was like, I can't do this massage. I gotta go back to my desk and kind of like lie down. Then like I told my boss that I wasn't feeling great, and my boss is like super awesome. They have everything there. They gave me, they were like, did you go? I was like, I think I overdid it on my workout. I don't know what happened. And Mario, you're ruining my video. So where was I? So yeah, I told my boss I wasn't feeling really good, and he said it might be your blood pressure, and I was like, yeah, I think I overdid it on my workout. I must be dehydrated or something. So I started grabbing anything on, because I was also intermittent fasting, so I was just like overdoing it a lot. So I remember getting some avocado and eating that, and I was still not making me feel good. My boss had some like powder, electrolyte powder, something like that will boost your electrolytes like really high. Anyway, so she gave me that. At the moment, I didn't care about carbs. I didn't care about anything. I just wanted that feeling to go away. And then my boss brings out a blood pressure monitor. I think that's what we call it, to check your blood pressure. And when he was, when the machine was reading my blood pressure, it was higher than normal. I think my normal blood pressure is between 119 or something like that. Very normal. And then when he checked my blood pressure, it was like 140 something, and that freaked me out. And then he's like, let's try it again. So he checked it again, and it was 150, and it literally, like, every single time he was checking it, it kept getting higher and higher and higher. Created like a created anxiety in me, to where I was like freaking out, and I was like, I gotta go to the emergency room. So they were really worried. I do apologize, you guys, like, that I made you so worried. So anyways, they drove me to the emergency room, and when I got to the emergency room, they pretty much they asked me like what I had done all day and stuff like that. So I let them know that I had gone to the gym and stuff like that. So while I was there, I wasn't feeling any better. I was just feeling very, very anxious, because I was scared. I didn't know what was wrong with me. I thought, that my diet was like killing me, or that I was crazy about, doing keto and stuff like that. And I had my phone, and I started looking at keto side effects and stuff like that. And I was seeing like other videos of like girls also going through the same thing, that they were dehydrated and low in potassium and other things like that. And that was the reason why they quit keto. So I was about to just screw keto and intermittent fasting and just do something else, or I was about to give up. I didn't care. I just wanted to feel better. So well, in the emergency room, they put an IV, and they said I was they did some exams and some blood work, and they said that they noticed that I was extremely dehydrated, not to the point to where it's like I was in a I forget which there's several dehydration levels. I was into the most extreme one. It was second to the last or third to last or something like that. I was pretty dehydrated, and they said that I was really low in potassium, and also that they had noticed that my ketones levels were higher than normal, which I knew that because I was in ketosis. So they did give me a potassium pill, and they put 2.5 bags of what is that liquid called that goes through your IV? I don't know, they, you know, whatever bag they called, 3 bags of like fluids, just to get me hydrated again. Um, and I just wanted to leave pretty much because I was feeling super, super anxious. And they ended up saying that, yeah, I was dehydrated and, low in potassium, but more than likely I was just having anxiety attacks, and also because I felt like I couldn't breathe. Like I couldn't breathe, and my heart was just pounding really, really fast. And they're like, we need to give you something to kind of like lower your anxiety. Um, and then so I was like, okay, whatever. They gave me anxiety medication, something, a low dose, because they didn't know what reaction I was gonna get from it or anything like that. And then they told me to see my normal doctor. So after that, I went home, and I remember it was a weekend where we had to. We were celebrating my sister-in-law's boyfriend, Lalo, his birthday in Corpus, and there as well. So I wasn't feeling really good when I came back over that weekend. I ended up in the emergency room again the following Monday. And that time it was because I knew I had been drinking a lot of fluids and stuff like that, but everything that I was drinking, I was just like peeing it out. Like I would drink water and it would just come out. Like it would, like I felt like I wasn't retaining any liquids at all. So I was drinking, those electrolyte powders and stuff like that. Once again, I didn't care about carbohydrates or anything or sugars. So I ended up in the emergency room again because I was not able to breathe, and basically it was the anxiety all along. I guess my dehydration and everything that I overdid caused anxiety, and it took me like about a month, I think, to actually fully get my anxiety under control. So that's the story. After that last time that I ended up in the emergency room, I was just like, that's enough. Like I'm just like panicking. I have to like control my breathing, do more research, and see what's going on and what I did wrong and stuff like that. I need a way to like fix this like ASAP, because I thought it was like a permanent thing. So with that in mind, what I did, I didn't stop doing keto. I was just, I was just kind of like monitoring it more, to where I was consuming a little bit of more carbohydrates than anything. I wasn't doing like breads. I didn't like just fully quit. No, I was still on it. I did more research and looked at other people that kind of like experienced the same thing as I did. And in reality, this is my fault in a way. Well, I can't say it's my fault. It's nobody's fault. It's just sometimes it's the lack of information or lack of research that somebody does. I thought I knew all the tricks and everything that I had to do in this workout, but it teaches you a lesson when something like this happens, and it proves you that you don't really know everything. So anybody that does keto and stuff like that, or any diet in general, like you could end up in a hospital in pretty much any diet. If you're like in a pure carbohydrate diet, or protein, like full protein blast, no carbs, and like paleo or whatever type of diet you're on, you can have consequences if you don't do your research, if you don't actually do it correctly. So anybody that's just out there and looking at what I'm doing, I don't want you to feel not motivated about what I did. I learned that the reason I was not retaining my liquids is because I was not consuming enough potassium, enough sodium. So in a ketogenic diet, you really need to bump your sodium, because sodium is the only thing that will retain your liquids. And overall, like before I started keto, I wasn't really into putting salt in my food. So what I did, or changed it up, is I added more salt to my food, and not just like any general salt. I made sure it's like Himalayan pink salts or sea salts, you know, some good sodium. I was very deficient of different minerals and vitamins. Like I was deficient of potassium. I wasn't getting enough greens to supplement the potassium that you need every day. So that's another thing that I learned. If you don't eat enough potassium, it has something to do with also helping you retain liquids. It pretty much helps your kidneys. Or with sodium, I don't know really the math. If you want to know more about how that works, watch Dr. Berg YouTube videos in regards to how important potassium is in this diet. So I started eating a lot of greens that contained a lot of potassium, and I also added some supplements that had potassium. Also, I started putting some minerals. They're like mineral drops that you can buy that contain like your main minerals that you need. So I add those drops in my water just to make sure I'm having like the minerals that I need to kind of like function. Another thing that I did was I bought the electrolyte powder, but the one that's like keto friendly, that doesn't have any sugars and stuff like that. It's pure minerals. It has like 100 milligrams or 1,000 milligrams, I think, of potassium, which is pretty good. So I'm also not overdoing it on potassium. Don't think I make sure that I have what I need in a day, and that's been helping me a lot. And that's been kind of like, now that I know that, like, I kind of like know what veggies to eat, because a lot of people make mistakes in just eating, high in fat, dairy, and they think that that's all that keto is. But no, you really need to make sure you're consuming a lot of water that has, minerals, not purified water, because that pretty much eliminates all the minerals that water is supposed to have. So by just doing that kind of like changed my life and made me feel really good. So yeah, that's my story about how I ended up in the emergency room. I hope that you guys, by watching this video, don't get discouraged in doing keto or intermittent fasting or whatever type of diet you're doing. I would just say be really smart about it. Do your research. Never stop researching. Always like look at other people's experiences and kind of like learn how to like avoid them and stuff like that. Not just go and try something just because somebody said it, or don't go and try what I'm doing, because I'm just like pretty much sharing in my videos maybe like 50% of the information. But it's up to you to do your own research, and also so you can get the full 100% effect, like, you know what I mean, like so you can get like better results and more information if you just go out there and do your own research. Be smart about your diet. Really look into the benefits of it. Look into the benefits of a ketogenic diet or intermittent fasting. I saw a lot of videos that people just kind of like bad mouth, or a lot of people were pretty much just saying bad things about a ketogenic diet or intermittent fasting, and and they said, oh, you know, I saw other videos of like people that also ended up in the emergency room, but instead of them learning on what they did and to find out what they did wrong about it, you know, they just pretty much quit it. And I really did not want to be that person. I didn't want to be one more video on YouTube kind of like bad mouthing about ketogenic diet and intermittent fasting, because it's done wonderful things for me. So yeah, if you guys have any questions about my experience or want to know more about my experience in the emergency room and how I'm doing, please leave your comments down below. And if you're wanting to look at my video that's coming up, I will be posting my 4th month update, and I'm going to be talking about my results and my weight loss, where I'm at, what's been going on in my diet, what have I changed and stuff like that. So I'll go more into detail about my results. As you guys can see, maybe, I'm hoping you can see that I've lost more weight. I have lost more weight since my last video. So yeah, keep posted. I will be recording that pretty soon, and I'll make sure that this time I will be putting videos more often for you guys. So thank you very much for watching, and see you guys in the next time. Bye-bye.